Would the offender please introduce yourself for the record, stating your name and DOC number?
Your microphone's on mute. Now,
Jeremy Douglas Cameron, 754573, DOC number.
Thank you. Let me explain the process to you. First, I will read information into the record, then the board will conduct a thorough interview with you. At the appropriate time, we will allow the participants who have indicated to speak to have their input. Just real quick, we have two participants at the same location who are both here in support. We have Ms. Brianna Cameron, sister, who will not be speaking, and we have Ms. Pamela Hardy, who's the mother, who will be speaking. At the end, you'll be allowed to make a brief statement before the board votes. Do you understand the process, Mr. Cameron?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is the case for Jeremy Cameron, DOC 754573, date of birth February 4th, 1977, classified as a first felony offender. Offense, indecent behavior with a juvenile attempted. Sentencing date, December 9th, 2019. Sentenced to a total of 10 years. Parole date is November 25th, 2021. Good time, not eligible. Full term, July 26, 2028. Is this information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Roche.
Thank you, Ms. Teresa. Good morning, Mr. Cameron. How are you?
All right, how are you, sir?
Good. Mr. Cameron, is it all right if I call you Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jeremy, I'm going to read some information into the record. If anything's incorrect, please correct me, okay?
Yes, sir.
You're currently 44 years old, and you served 3.5 years on a 10-year sentence. Is that correct?
Sir?
You're 44 years old, and you've served 3.5 years on a 10-year sentence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And in my opinion, you might not think so, you have a history of sex offenses. You had quite a few arrests, contributed to the delinquency of a juvenile, sexual battery, and the original charges on this time was 6 counts of sexual battery, 6 counts of indecent behavior with a juvenile, 6 counts of aggravated crime against nature, and 4 counts of cruelty to a juvenile. That was the original charges. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you pled to a lesser charge of indecent behavior with a juvenile. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Jeremy, tell me about the programs that you've completed in the last 3.5 years.
Due to the coronavirus and the facility does not offer things to help me for the sexual class.
So are you telling me you have completed no programs in the last 3.5 years?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me about your disciplinary record.
I have no write-ups, a clean record. I have recommendations. I had sent them in with all my paperwork and everything.
Okay, I'm gonna get to that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your job at the facility?
I'm a floor man.
Okay, explain to me what a floor man is.
I take care of buffing, waxing, cleaning the floor.
Okay. You're a janitor and you take care of the floors, mop, wax, buff, and everything.
Yes, sir. Anything they ask. Yes.
I understand. Are you a trustee?
Yes, sir.
Which level?
Yes, A.
Level A?
I believe it's level A, sir.
Okay. Tell me about your transition plan. Where are you gonna live, and where are you going to work if and when you're released?
Okay, I've got 3 places that I can live and have to, able to do that.
Sir, what place would you like to live?
Okay,
Have you submitted a residency plan through your facility to probation and parole?
I have.
Has it been approved?
I haven't gotten anything so far back or anything.
Okay. You know, you have to be careful. You're going to be a registered sex offender, and there's only certain places where you can live.
Yes, sir. These are mostly out in the woods and in the country.
Okay, good. Do you have any vocational skills?
Like working on vehicles and small engine repairs.
Okay.
And a little private company that I have been, towing.
Okay. Have you ever used illegal drugs?
Back when I was like 15 or something, but nothing since I was 18.
Okay, so what was your drug of choice?
I was marijuana.
Did you graduate to anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. I just want to mention that there were excellent letters of recommendation from a Sergeant Paul Gentz and another letter that was signed by 32 staff members from the Rapides Correctional System, all saying that you are a model offender.
Yes,
And I've
sir.
also read your letter that you've submitted, and it was a quite interesting and informative letter. I want to thank you for communicating with the panel before this interview.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's go back to programming. You were placed in incarceration for 3 reasons: for rehabilitation, for retribution, and to isolate you from the general public. You have not got any rehabilitation, you have not taken any programs, and I'm not going to vote to release a convicted sex offender until you have some sex offender treatment. I know you enjoy being at Rapides, but you need to request a transporter facility where you can get some programming. With those kind of charges, Jeremy, no panel in Louisiana is going to release you unless you have some rehabilitation, because that is the reason why you are incarcerated. So basically, you need to get some anger management, sex abuse, sex offender treatment, and some other programs like Thinking for a Change. Will the warden or the staff at Rapides have anything to add?
I'm Lieutenant Brandon Jordan, Rapides Parish. I'm one of the ones that actually signed the letter. And as it said, he's been a model inmate. He's been with us for, half a year or better now at this facility. And we have no complaints about his behavior and his work ethic.
Excellent. I read the letter and I was very, very impressed. Madam Chairman?
Thank you, Mr. Roche. At this time, we'd like to hear from Ms. Cameron. Ms. Brianna, I think she's indicated she'd like to speak on his behalf. Or is it Ms. Hardy? Whichever one. I know one of you is going to speak. So
It's
just
Miss Hardy.
unmute your microphone, Ms. Hardy, and I understand you're the spokesperson.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say. I have missed my son. I've prayed for him a lot, and he has prayed also. So I'm just trusting the Lord and y'all to do the necessary decisions that needs to be made. As far as rehabilitation for Jeremy, I only talked to him on the phone. You know, I've not been with him any, so I can't say, you know, rehabbed or not. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's just where I stand on that.
Okay. Well, thank you, ma'am. And we appreciate both of you participating today. Jeremy, is there a statement you'd like to make to the panel before we vote?
Yes, ma'am. If I was
Go ahead.
granted, which I already heard from a lot of people, that it's hard to get because of the charges I have and everything. If I was, I would be able to go to the classes and stuff like that out in the free world. I can do them the same as in here, but with the coronavirus and everything, it's hard to do anything to get anything. And also the facility doesn't have any. I've put in letters of trying to get transferred and nothing has really taken place. So what is a man to do to try and pray and hope for the best? But
Mhm.
I was already.
Yeah. Well, the coronavirus kind of stopped all that movement. So I do appreciate that you reached out, though, asking for that help. I appreciate it. I think we're prepared to vote. Mr. Roche.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Jeremy, you have opposition from the entire legal community. The judge, the district attorney's office, the sheriff's chief of police. You have opposition from the victim family. You have opposition from the victim, and you have a lack of rehabilitative programming. You have no sex offender treatment. For those reasons, I'm going to deny your request.
Mr. Wise.
This time I'm gonna vote to deny. I think you need more program. You got very, very strong law enforcement opposition to your release. Thank you very much.
And Jeremy, my vote's the same based on the opposition that we have in the record, as well as the lack of the treatment program. My vote today is to deny. So today, sir, your parole's been denied. We do wish you well. Good luck to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And that concludes our business at Rapides today. I want to thank Sergeant Marsh and Lieutenant Jordan for accommodating us today. It will adjourn. It's 10:25.
It never ceases to amaze me. How do they have how many 32 staff members signing a piece of paper for a repeat offender roach? Are you kidding me? Do they not know what he did? There's no way they don't know what he did. I think that they're not supposed to know. I do think they try to hide it, but come on. It's like, the thing is that they're all signing a paper saying he's a model inmate. He's been in that facility for 6 months. Which it's like they all crowd around him and say, sign this? Cockroaches are always model inmates. There are very few exceptions. Maybe 1% aren't. They don't have write-ups. They do exactly as they're told. Why would you? It's not impressive. Why is it not impressive? Because it's in their DNA. It's in their nature. It's what makes them so dangerous. It's about their manipulation. It's about their disease. It's their sickness. It's part of what makes them evil. And you all sign it so he can get out and harm another child. He's a repeat offender. 10-year sentence. There, you can't make it up, this stuff. And you know what makes this case even more sick? It was a brother and a sister doing it together. You know, I give props to this mom because that mom, she didn't say let him out. She didn't say, please get my son out. She said, do, I don't the exact words, but do what you feel is right or something in so many words. That's brother and sister. And any roach that has a woman by his side makes him that much more dangerous. It remarkably more dangerous. On December 27, 2017, deputies responded to complaint into possible criminal conduct involving a juvenile. According to the initial reports from a concerned third party, the juvenile victim had previously been residing at a family member's residence where the two offenders identified as Brianna Reen Cameron and her brother Jeremy Douglas Cameron were also residing. And I looked into her, I Googled her, nothing comes up. I don't see a prison record. For as far as I know, I don't think she got charged on this. Detectives began their investigation as part of, well, I should say charged, but I think, I thought I looked and I thought, oh my gosh, maybe we have her parole hearing, but I don't. It's not in the spreadsheet with Richard, so, and I didn't see anything of her on Google. Detectives began the investigation as part of the child was interviewed, and through the investigation, detectives were able to gain evidence that supports the original allegations, and they gave an arrest warrant for both victims. The Assistant United States Marshal Office of Violent Offenders Task Force, 39-year-old Breen Cameron was arrested at her residence, and she was taken into custody without incident. And during the course of her arrest, Brianna was found to be in possession of, guess what? It rhymes with amphetamine and also firearms. Task force members continue searching for 41-year-old Jeremy, and he turned himself in. Bond for her was set at $204 and for him at $850. And the investigation is still ongoing. She was charged with aggravated crime against nature, indecent behavior with a Jew, and possession. Jeremy was charged with 6 counts of aggravated crime against nature, 6 counts of indecent behavior, 6 counts of bat, and 4 counts of cruelty. And they gave him 4 years because what the heck? We don't care about our children. We don't care about the community. And he's a repeat offender. This was not his first time getting caught. How many times is he going to have to do this to a child for you to give a sentence that matters? How many? How many, prosecutor? How many, judge? How many children's lives is he going to derail? How many people is he going to hurt? And he sits there and he gets all these signatures and people praising his behavior. It's sickening. It's sick. He's still locked up. And we may see him again. And it just blows my mind. But this is why we do this. We do this so that the world can see that our system is broken, that the system does not protect our children. And things need to change. And with that, I'll let you go.